So, hello.
I will share the screen. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Um, I want to confirm that the section 1 means the goal setting or the offline activation.
Oh, I mean the offline activation section
Yes.
one in the budgeting. Yes.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, so this is our goal. The goal is similar to group 1, so I will not talk about it, but the offline activation, when we calculate for location retail, the benchmark range is from 15 to 45. So we choose the middle rate, like the average rate for Bitexco is office is an office and very crowded, and it will be useful for our target. And we choose 35 million for Vincom Mega Mall and 40 million for Takashimaya, because Takashimaya for us is the most the place where most affluent, and it bring a vibe of luxury. So we think that it might be the most luxury place, so it's the most expensive, and the quantity is the same, and we calculate um the total number here. And for the sampling, we budget 7,000 VND per unit, and it's 2,000.
Okay. Could you
And
share the reason why you choose the quantity to be 2,000? Is there any specific logic that
because
you come up with
because our
2,000?
yes, because our goal is 500 leads. So we have 3 places. So we calculate about 6,000 units for 500 lists. So we take 2,000 units, multiply for 3 places. So we have 6,000 for 500 lists.
Okay, so you just determined to have around 2,000 units for each location.
Yes.
Okay. How about the other groups? Do you do the same, or you have a certain other way to determine the quantity of the sampling units? Okay, so I assume that most of the group will just determine a certain number, right? However, if you pay attention here, for the other digital channels, an impression would be a chance for us to engage with the customer, right? And here in the offline setting, a sample handed out is a chance for us to engage with the customer and encourage them. Of course, here we don't have specifics in terms of how the events will go and how we will approach the customers. But in general, we may approach the customers, give them the sample, and invite them to join with our activity or further engage with some kind of possible games or purchase, like trial of the product, right? So if we set the objective to be like 500 orders, for example, 500 orders to be made during these activations, we may think of the conversion rate that it could be for a common activation, offline activation. For example, let's say 20%. We don't know. Maybe we can do some research, or we can rely on the previous experience of the agency or the previous activations that we have done. Let's say it's 20%. So in order for us to gain 500 orders, then there must be around 2005 in total engagement of the customers in terms of let's say receiving the sample and then joining the activity, right? So from that, we may consider the quantity of the units that we hand out as well. So here it is. We may also consider the conversion rate at an offline activation to come up with the quantity of the samples, and considering the design of the activation itself as well, of the event, how the customers will interact. For example, they may scan a QR code after receive the sample to do something. So in that case, it can give us some direction in how to calculate the quantity of sampling units. Yeah. Okay, group 2, please continue.
Yes. So now I will talk about the PG and PP staffing. Actually, when we calculate this, the unit rate is the same for 3 places, and the unit is a bit different. However, we still consider if we need to multiply the staff with the rate, or the staff with the quantity only, because we don't see the column for the days. So we still a bit confused in this, but the total number until now is this one.
Okay, so here we may consider, okay, the unit rate for a shift and for number of staff here, for example, 4, 5, 6, right? That is the number of staff that you choose, right? And absolutely, you can multiply that with the number of day in the location here. Is that right? Do you need, yeah, so we can, let's say we have 3 days for each location, and we need staffing. We need staffs there for 3 days, so you can totally multiply by 3, yeah, to find a total, yeah. I mean, multiply in your calculations of the budget, yeah, the cost, yeah. So there must be something wrong with the total of 9,000, right? Sorry, 9 million, because the it should be the sum of the other 3. The 3 numbers lower. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So we this one is quite straightforward, depending on your research and the quotations that you receive from the location renters. Then you can decide these costs. Okay, let's move on with group 3. Group 3, can you share the online banner ads? Thank you, group 2.
Yes, thank you. Also, wait for me to share the screen. Can you guys see the screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, Ting, can you explain the online banner ads?
Okay, so for the online banner ads, we have the booking, GDN display, and creative banner set. So the benchmarks that we set for the VN Express via article is about 50 million to 150 million per week, as VN Express via article a re, is a reliable and really credible articles for many people. So if our brain wants to like achieve to have we want to achieve the article that plays in the top one or top two uh, to the like the viewer. So we have to pay a little bit uh, expensive. So this is the benchmark that we set. So the unit rate is 60 millions and the units is articles. So we calculate the input here is 300 millions. So about the about a GDN display, so we rate the benchmark is from the 15,000 to 30,000 CPM, and the unit rate here is 20,000. So we calculate the input here is 80 million, and about the creative banner ads, it is about the design cost. So we the benchmark that we set here is from 10 to 25 millions with the package, and we want to have like two package. So the input here is about 30 million. So for the total of the online banner ads, we have to pay. So we have to pay like coins a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so any comments from the other groups? Do you do the same or you do different? You do differently. Before I let the other groups comment, can you share more about how you decide the quantity for the impressions, for the impressions that thousands of impressions that for the section 2.2, the GDN is displayed? Why did you decide to have 4,000? 4,000 here means 4 million impressions, right? Think we lost the screen. Hello, quick free. We don't see the screen. Okay, we get it back. Okay, so for the quantity of CPM here, that means 1,000 impressions. 4,000 means that means we add 3 more zeros. That's 4 million, right? 4 million impressions. So why did you decide to have this number?
Can you give us a minute to verify again about the rationale?
Yeah. For the other groups, how do you decide? Group 1. Hello. Group 1 and yeah, maybe I would like to hear from group 1. So what number do you have for GD and display for the quantity? And why did you choose that number?
Sorry, I cannot contact with the member during this class, so wait for me a minute.
So I'm from group 3. So maybe I will explain for the reason why we decide like the benchmark, and also we have the numbers for the GDN display. So we start from the KPI, the others, and also we work backwards through the funnel and using the benchmark like PTR or CV or conversion rate. So we estimate the required clicks and impressions, and since GDN is bots on the CPM, so we convert the impressions into CPM units and multiply by the CPM rate to get the budget.
Okay, so we need in your plan, we have like 10,000. 1,000 number of orders, right? So what conversion rate did you use for this reference, for this calculation?
About 2.5% of the conversion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so in order for us to have 1,000 orders, we need how many users, how many clicks from 2.5% if we have the conversion rate of 2.5%.
So with 1,000 orders and 2.5% of conversion rate, we will have like about 40,000 clicks.
From 40,000 clicks, right? And in order for us to have 40,000 clicks, what is the click-through rate that you base on to calculate the impression?
So the click-through rate benchmark we set here is about 1%, which in the range of 0.9 to 1.6. So we set 1% is like in the safe zone.
Okay, so that makes 4 million impressions, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, right, good. So that is the logic that we should use, right, in order to calculate. It doesn't just come out of nowhere, right? So I believe that the unit rate up to 20,000 VND here is you just choose in between of the benchmarks. Okay, good. For the booking, actually, what I mean here, maybe it because it's not clear in the description. So later on, if you do your own campaign, it may be clearer for you because you know the activities of a campaign. But the booking here means that if you pay attention, you see the unit is the article. So this is the booking to write the article on VN Express, and number of article is here. The reference that you guys are using, is it in this file? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So sometimes you can see that the booking could be separate in terms of the contents, the articles, and sometimes it's also a package of the article and also the display of the article on the web for so several days and several weeks as well. So use here is you may need to consider the number of week as well, right?
Yes.
Here you assume like 1 week.
Yeah, 1 week. So maybe 5 article per week in 60 million for one article.
Maybe, yeah, or maybe we have so in order for us to really know how to display, we may need to look at the terms of each of the media provider to know how they really have their pricing, because they may have differently. They may charge per day, charge per week, and as I mentioned, that they may separate the article writing into and different compared to the display, so etc. Okay, thank you, group 3. So group 4, can you share the next part? Or can you share the social media? No, we run out of time. So hey, I can quickly share this one, and I will send you guys my suggested answer for this activity. It's not really totally correct or based on the latest reference, but it just shows the logic of some of the calculations that you must pay attention. For example, you should include conversion rate, like group 3 explained. Conversion rate and click-through rate before you can actually have the number on your budget. So for social media, this is quite it is unclear, right, from the objective and task, that which one is the focus, the objective, the focus objective for each of the phase. So assuming we are further break down into different phases, and for each phase, the buying method could be different. For example, in phase 1, we may focus more on impressions rather than the clicks, for example. Or in phase number 2, we pay more attention to views rather than impression, because we have a video, for example. Or we in phase 3, we would like to pay more attention to orders, to actions. So we look at like cost per click instead. So for the specific calculation, you may need to put to consider the reference that you use for click-through rate and conversion rate for each of the type of social media. And here in this case, this is Facebook, right? It could be different for TikTok, could be different for Instagram, so or YouTube. So we may want to take these rates into consideration when calculating. And in order for us to come up with, for example, the reach, especially in terms of impression, how can we come up with the quantity more effectively? Usually when we, as I mentioned, that we may check the audience population on that platform. So, for example, let's say we use the Meta on for Facebook channel Meta Ad Manager, and we found out, okay, I would like to this number is not really representing the example that I'm going to say. For example, we found out 7 million users on Facebook for our target audience, and we decide to reach around 70% of this audience population. So the number could be based on the experience of the team, but usually we do not target 100% of the total population, even though we know that there are 7 million users with the profile that we target. But we may need to consider the clone accounts as well, or in the activated accounts as well that we may take out of the picture. So we may look at the 70%, 65% of the population that we saw on the report of the ad manager tool. And from that, we multiply with the frequency that we would like to each of the user to have. And then we can have the number of impression. So here it is not really calculated in that way. So in order for us to do that, let's take the number of 7 billion and 7 million and take 70% of that. Right? And then multiply, let's say the frequency is 3. So in that case, we must have 14.7 million impressions, and we divide it by 1,000, that is 1,000 impression. We have the unit cost here. So multiply with the cost. We have this number. Yes. Okay. So that is some of the consideration that you guys should look at when doing the budgeting. This one is really, I try to minimize the complications already. But during your project, you will see that you may have many other sections, many other activities that require slightly different calculations. And please discuss with me when you do that later in the project if you find any difficulties. Yeah. Okay, so that is it for budgeting, and make use of some of the other templates. This template is also useful for you to use. I think it is it's more comprehensive for you to use one of the templates in the folder. Yeah, please check it out. Wait. Please check this file out in the folder that I already sent you. I already uploaded on e-learning LMS. Okay, this one. I think this one is quite useful. It's quite detailed in different categories of the activities. Okay, thank you guys, and I'll see you next week in class. Yeah. Do we, if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment below. Okay, group 2, I can meet you. Please send me the Google Meet link. Yeah. If you would like to meet. Okay, if you have any questions or want to book a meeting, anything, please send me emails or leave a comments here in the chat box. All right. Bye, guys. Yeah.
Goodbye, teacher.
Oh, okay. Bye.